such a good landing. Yes, yes.
Okay, as you can see, things are really exciting, starting to come together in a huge way, getting more consistent. These are Sienna's most amazing landings yet, and you get to see every single one of them and the process. So come jump on board and watch this flight training video with a real-life instructor, real-life student pilot, and there's just so much to learn. Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Chris Palmer. I am a flight instructor and a master CFI from Alaska. This is my flight school here. You can see the airplane behind me. And many of you have been very interested in and following along with Sienna's journey. Sienna is a local gal that is working through her training, and she's been doing a great job just step by step trying to get this down. And what I really like about this series of videos we've done is we've shown every single one of her flights, which is a very unique look into the process of a student pilot and what they go through to learn to land. Of course, many of you are probably wanting to do this yourself and want to learn to become a pilot, or I think even it's very interesting to look back and imagine what it was like for yourself to go through that, kind of putting yourself in Sienna's place regardless of where you are in the process. So it's very cool to watch this happen, and particularly on this video when, you know, me as the CFI, having been button seat, working on this for a long time with her, and of course her putting in a ton of that work and effort, it's really, really starting to pay off. And in this lesson, she ends up having some of the most amazing landings she's had yet. And the reason I say that is they may not be the best landings, but she has some challenging conditions to deal with some wind and some thermals and some other things going on during the landings that make it extra challenging. Yet, she brings it all together, does a lot of these landings herself, and we're getting that consistency as she gets closer to her solo. So this is a really exciting process, and I hope you guys are really enjoying it. So come jump in the airplane with us, be a fly on the cockpit wall, and let's jump in and do some more flight training with Sienna.
What a beautiful day to fly.
It's surprisingly warm out.
Yeah. Well, are you, like, toasty right now?
Got the air on.
Okay. But if you need to take your sweater off, I could take control at some point.
Homer traffic 2423 uniform turning final runway 22.
Homer radio, runway 0, Papa Charlie, has Foxtrot, taxiing over to Alpha, back taxi 22, left turn out down to Spit, looks like somebody's on short final.
Monkey 0 Papa Charlie, Homer radio, affirmative, she's touch and go, left traffic for runway 22, NAS Cessna, and we'll be, our station there will be behind her, landing runway 22.
Touch and go traffic and an inbound station.
Ooh, you didn't flare!
Well, thank you, 0 Papa Charlie.
Where were your eyes? Were you looking down the runway? Or
a
right
little
ahead
bit,
of us?
yeah. I feel
Okay.
like always this runway comes up quicker than I think.
It comes up really quick. Okay, let's not do that again.
Yeah.
Okay, clean up, let's go. I was waiting for you. I was like, come on, man, but nope.
Homer traffic 2423 inform, turning left crosswind runway 22.
And if you ever want to say 2-3 uniform, you're welcome to as well. Your radio calls are really nice and proper.
Homer traffic 23 uniform, returning left downwind runway 22. Saying 2-3 threw me off.
Oh, sorry.
Well, Homer radio, Transnorthern 152.
You don't have to think about it right now.
Advise on traffic.
Homer traffic 23 inform, turning final runway 22.
Good, whack it on back, whack it on back. Better. So we have a little crosswind this way. So there at the end, if you would have turned into the wind, you would have been just fine. And you did at the very end, but we would have been on center line had you done that. You did a good job walking it down. All right.
Homer traffic 23 uniform, turning left downwind, runway 22. We are far out.
Far out from the shoreline?
Of the runway.
No, we're fine, actually. This position's fine. You got a little slow there in your turn again, though, so just make sure that when you do that process we just did, you get your nose down and that sort of thing. As instructors, we just really emphasize keeping your flying speed. That's the same reason I want you taking off and peeling it off a little later, letting the airplane kind of tell you when it's ready.
Homer traffic 23 uniform, turning final runway 22.
That was a gorgeous turn.
Radio system Bravo, 4 miles east, inbound with Foxtrot.
System Bravo Alpha Homer radio traffic, Metro landing just departed off runway 22 northbound and Cessna making left closed traffic touching over runway 22 over the numbers now. And you said you're at tip of the spit?
Negative, I'm over probably offshore of Wasabi too, so I'll just come in for straight in southwest.
Roger, off to the northeast, thanks.
Oh my goodness. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Okay, cool. That was very well done. I saw you like fighting for every little thing you wanted all the way down, even in the flare. Beautiful. Best pattern and landing you've ever done.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to thank you guys again for helping support Sienna throughout this process. Of course, she's been really awesome and vulnerable to let us see her flight training process, which is a very interesting thing. Like, imagine having a camera in the cockpit for your flight training. It's not an easy thing to do. So anyway, I had this idea a while back that you guys could help Sienna in a way by giving a super thanks here on these videos, and that would go directly to her training. First off, I just want to say thank you to everyone that has done that. You guys have been so awesome, and it's slowly helping her get through her training, and that's just helping a ton. So first off, thank you for doing that. And I want to invite those of you that haven't done it, or maybe some of you particularly like this video again, you want to donate again, please donate again. Let's keep her going. Let's keep funding Sienna's flight training. I hope you are getting something out of it. So whatever little bit you're getting out of it, hey, was that worth $1 to you for that little bit of knowledge you got from this video? Maybe you can support Sienna directly, and 100% of those super thanks down below the video here will go to her. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have been super generous. I just really like that there's a direct connection between you, the viewing audience, and Sienna, and so thank you so much. I do try to say thank you for every one of you that have donated. I'll continue to try to do that in the comments. So again, thank you, and thanks for continuing to support her.
A little more aileron that way, and then it'll... See, that time you waited a little too long. And then we were doing... Our wheels were like, you waited too long, man. Cool thing, though, I think just like subconsciously the reason you were taking off like that is because you're getting to know the airplane better and what it can do. And so, like, you know where the edge is, which is good news.
And Homer radio over 1.
There are just some areas where we want to leave a little more margin.
I'll be at the Elephant here.
think I've conquered the Nemesis turn.
Oh, turning final.
Oh, this one. I always bank too hard.
Yeah. So you've done great. You've been doing great at that for a while, actually.
Homer traffic 23 uniform, turning final, runway 22.
There you go. Good job. Good. Keep fighting it. 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 You got it. You got it.
Homer radio stationer 5.
Okay, good save.
10 to the west.
A lot of funky stuff there. We got down lower over the threshold for whatever reason. The wind was different there. And I touched this a few times, but that was you fighting for it, so that was great. Obviously, we can make it smoother, and you'll get that with experience.
You did a little extra power back there?
Could have, yeah. You could have powered through it and then floated us down here a little bit more and tried that sort of thing. Sure. All right, let's go. Don't be too bashful about if you get a wing whip like that to whip it back where it needs to be to the wings level, you know.
Over traffic, Beaver 3
You're the boss.
Left
this airplane.
45-degree angle, 22.
Homer traffic 23 uniform, turning final, runway 22.
We're in the mixing bowl. Oh, yeah, that was weird. Turned and it wouldn't turn. Yeah. Maybe getting a little slow, start to roll in some power. More to stop the sink. And the nozzle will come up and just push it forward while you're doing that. There you go. Now if you want, you can relax it or you can just keep it in there. Just make sure you take it out when you flare.
And Homer traffic, 237's entering left down, number 3, Homer.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good landing. That was such a good landing. Yes, yes. You handled that one so well. That was so
that
beautiful. No, the landing. Turned into the wind. Did little adjustments. You flared a little high at first, then you released it, then you caught it again. Oh, it just makes me so happy. All this time over here fearing for my life wasn't for nothing. Just kidding.
Homer traffic 23 uniform, turning final, runway 22.
Same thing as last time. Seems like a little power is needed. And nose down, because your airspeed isn't great. There you go. Walk her on back. A little firmer, but fine. You could have caught it a little more right. That was doable. You never want it to force your nose up and force you to lose airspeed. You gotta keep your airspeed the whole time.
And Chris, this is Caleb, Empire 7636. Mind extending your downwind so I can take off real quick?
Sure. Yeah, we'll do that for you. Never mind.
Appreciate it. And Empire 7676 is going to be taking off runway 22 for midfield departure back to Anchorage. Homer.
Been flown
And
this far
radio
out in a long time.
Empire 7676, making a 180 on runway
Okay, go
22
ahead.
for immediate departure. Homer.
I wish I could
Yeah,
fit
don't
in a
pull your
little
power
bit.
back because we have lots to descend. So keep your power in.
Direct.
Fly our normal power setting for downwind. Some more power.
Empire 7676, taking off runway 22.
There you go.
Homer.
This will be a fun, like, power on approach. So you see the two lights on the left?
Yeah.
So if we're too high, those are both white. If we're right on glide slope, they're red and white. So right now they're kind of red and white.
Turn for the Homer VOR.
So what we'll do is we'll slowly draw back your power and just get, like, look at the runway and imagine where you're going to hit the runway. Yep, and let the nose, I think right in there is the sweet spot. That's how it looks to me. Find your center line again, you're a little off. You can do your second notch of flaps. And just work your center line all the way down with some power. Remember, you can power through these bumps and stuff if you need to keep that spot on the runway where you want to land.
And Homer traffic, Empire 7676, going to be departing over midfield for the Homer VOR, altitude 2000, climbing. Homer.
Homer traffic, Beaver 3 Delta Alpha, left base 22, Homer landing in the gravel.
Power back. Assuming you want to land. Okay. Whoa. Had to help you a little on that one. Yeah, you just forgot about your power. It was in there so long, you're like, oh, it's not there anymore. Alright. We'll do a power off this next one.
Have you ever dreamed of soaring through the skies, either for the sheer joy of flying or to embark on an exciting aviation career? Discover the perfect starting point with Total Student Pilot from Angle of Attack. This 100% free video course demystifies the journey of becoming a pilot, offering a comprehensive and motivating guide to launch your aviation adventure. We understand that the path to becoming a pilot can seem daunting, filled with questions about costs, time commitments, and medical requirements, just to name a few. That's why Total Student Pilot is designed to address these concerns head-on, all packed into one free course. You'll also learn what flight school is like, how to find a quality school and instructor, what you can do as a private pilot, and much, much more. It's 44 short and fun videos packed with over 2.5 hours of actionable and useful information. Total Student Pilot doesn't just educate, it motivates. It's more than a course. It's your first step toward realizing a dream that's been waiting to take flight. Sign up today for free and elevate your aspirations. The sky isn't the limit. It's your new beginning.
So because of our lack of power, we're just going to maintain airspeed with pitch, right? Alright, you can pull the power to idle. All the way back. Pitch for best airspeed. Just 65 is the power all the way back.
Yeah.
Beaver 3 Delta Alpha, crossing.
And start to turn a little bit. Look at your landing point like the whole time. I'm just trying to eyeball where we're headed. I'm trying to land on the big bold ones. Know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
We're just trying to eyeball it. Then we'll turn in, stay coordinated the whole time. Alright, you're at controls.
Controls.
And you can add another notch of flaps because we're fast and high. But then you can start introducing drag if you need to.
Traffic Skyway 901, be holding short on Alpha for traffic.
Normal from here on out, right? one more nose up. Little aileron in the wind. Aileron in the wind and a little alignment. You did pretty good on that. Just got to get that aileron in the wind and do that crosswind. All right, clean her up. Let's go. A couple more. We'll do a couple normal ones.
Is this next one normal?
Yeah.
Homer traffic 23 uniform, turning final, runway 22.
Start rolling that power. You see us sinking. That the instruments aren't telling us that, but I'm seeing it. Okay, and as you add power, you got to kind of force the nose down because all the nose wants to do is come up. See how slow you are now? You're at 60. Go around. Go around. Go around. Okay, nose down. You got to force this nose down and keep flying. Okay?
Westbound 1 minute ago.
Feel the pressure I have.
Cessna on short final, touch and go, runway 22. 6 Golf Bravo.
So if you ever get in that position where you're low and slow, or you're just too slow, or something gets screwed up, just make sure you get out of there, try again. You're never too late to go around. You can touch your wheels down. You can be rolling out and still go around.
Homer traffic 23 uniform, turning final, runway 22.
5755 Golf Homer radio if you need update on traffic. The Cessna making left close traffic, touch and go runway 22. The flight of 4 stationaries inbound from the west. A maritime helicopter reported 6 to the north 3 minutes ago for the north ramp.
Thank you, 55 Golf.
Okay, maybe touch less power, right? Because we're 80. Your aiming point's great. That's perfect right before those white lines.
Homer radio, Cessna 905 and 9er uniform Alpha, 15 miles to the east.
Little less power.
Flying on the straight in runway 22.
All the power, good job. And 5 for that center line. And into the wind, yep, aileron into the wind.
And Homer traffic,
I'm with you.
Zero Mike Hotel. The 4 stationaries from the west is over the reservoir.
See how squirrely it gets sometimes? You just gotta be the boss. Hate to end on that one, but we are going to. So let's roll out.
Okay, let's talk for a few minutes while it's fresh on our minds. So, all of the criticisms I had today were like airspeed and safety related. So when we're in the pattern, we're flying close to the edge. It's the reason we learn to do stalls and stuff like that. So like your turn from crossing the downwind, you got a little slow there. I know the airplane can handle it. We have a little extra buffer now with the wing, but that shouldn't be an excuse not to fly the airspeeds we need. So just being careful not to lose speed there. And then the peel off on the takeoff, honestly, the way you're doing it was fine, just based on the wind, and maybe just a little less aggressive on some of those. I think we fixed that part, so I'm not worried about that. And then what you don't know, but what I know, is that this whole time we've been flying, I've been teaching you the importance of keeping your flying speed and your flying energy and safely coming on down. Because if we get too slow, then we have the potential for stall, and then the airplane gets harder to control, and then you get wind act on it, and it gets all weird. So we had that one where we needed to correct it, go around. That makes sense. We had a couple more where it just acted upon us more in the flare, which we fixed. So don't be hard on yourself or anything. That's just it's just good examples, like seeing it in the real world, why it's so important to keep that stuff in check. You started up the airplane and did all the checklists yourself and the pre-flight yourself, and you taxied out yourself, and you did the radio calls yourself. You're doing everything yourself, and you had the most amazing landings we've had yet today in challenging conditions, because that start of the runway, it's a left crosswind, and that's hard enough to deal with. And then you have the fact that it's not just like a steady left crosswind, but it's like changing all the way down. So that's really, really good stuff.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah. So that's very positive things to see. It just gets a little more tricky when it gets warm. But yeah, we gotta keep chipping away. We're actually really close to solo. As you can imagine, you're like landing and doing everything by yourself for the most part. I want to make sure that you don't get in a tricky situation if you're out there by yourself. That's why we do the emergency stuff. Did a couple things today. We'll polish up on that more, maybe make a more intentional full lesson out of that sort of thing. And then, you know, just other gotchas and things I want you to keep in mind. So I thought we had a lot of little, positive things to learn from today's lesson that help you for that. Hey, I'm going to kick you out of the nest soon. You know what that means? Miss baby gloves. Okay. The idiom works. Yeah. So if you're like a little baby bird, I'm kicking you out of the nest. So, you know,
I'm flying.
Yeah, exactly. And especially since you're flying. So that's going to happen soon, but we just want to make sure that any little thing you could face on your own, you have seen it before. So, all right, cool. Let's go. Okay, there you go. I just really, really love this lesson looking back on it, because what I saw was a bunch of hard work finally paying off and finally getting those consistent landings. So this was extremely exciting for me as an instructor to go through, and this is why being a flight instructor is so rewarding, because you start to see the light come on for people. And this was just a really, really cool thing for Sienna to get some great landings all in one lesson. And as we build toward her doing her first solo, which is coming very soon, there's this process of just making sure that every single one of those landings are good, and that at no time do I have to jump in and take control of the airplane. That even when something pops up that's abnormal, even from the last landing, she can handle it. So that's all part of the process. As you can see, she is doing really well. Some of you may even say she's ready for solo. For whatever reason, it's not intentional, it's more subconscious, but I just have a higher level I like to get people to. So she still has a little bit of ways to go. We have to go through some more training, but we're getting very close. So again, a very, very positive lesson, one that worked out really well, and so excited to see what the future brings in these next few lessons as we're getting very close to her solo. So thank you for coming. Thanks for being part of this community. Again, thank you to those of you that are giving super thanks to her and donating to her flight training. I think that's awesome. It's keeping her going. And if you're new here, I hope you enjoyed this. A little bit of sneak peek into the flight training world and what it's like to become a pilot. So hope you stick around. Make sure to like this video. If you liked it, subscribe to be part of our community and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any one of these videos. Again, thank you for being here. Fly safe. And until next time, throttle on.